Ever wish you could make a woman stop loving you on command? Sounds weird, but sometimes that's exactly what you need. Trust me. Imagine you met someone, went on a couple of dates, and she seemed alright, until she started getting too clingy for your liking. What do you do in that situation? This is where this set of anti-attractor tricks comes in handy. Let me tell you a story. A few months ago, we were hanging out at Shogun Method HQ with Derek Rake, and a Shogun brother shared his regrets about using Shogun Method indiscriminately on every woman he met. The guy learned the IRA model and went on a full-blown seduction spree, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. He even hooked up with a certified land whale, and, as she climaxed, he shouted, "Thar she blows," in a mock pirate accent, waking up her housemates at 3 a.m. It was hilarious, until Miss Squirt-a-Lot showed up at his workplace with a bunch of white roses and proposed to him on one knee. Poor guy was the office laughingstock for 2 weeks straight. Now, you might not be dealing with a 200-pound porker of a problem you're desperate to shake off, but, trust me, knowing how to let a smitten woman down gently is crucial, especially when you're wielding something as potent as Shogun Method. You'll find yourself with more women on your tail than you'd ever want. And, as the old saying goes, never bite off more than you can chew. Getting stalked by conflicted women who want to both suck you off and crush your nuts at the same time is no fun. These women, of course, are victims of Shogun Method, and they're not to blame. The real fault lies with the Shogun who doesn't know how to pull back before shit goes too far. And, let's be honest, that's about 99% of the newbies who just started using Shogun Method. But, can you really blame them? Anyway, here's the point I want to make. Knowing how to unattract a woman can be as important as attracting a woman. Since we all know how to do the latter, with Shogun Method, of course, how do we learn to unattract a woman? What if there's a magical switch that turns a woman off completely? As it turns out, there is that magical anti-attractor switch, and it's what we call the Reverse Shogun Method. Think of the anti-attractor switch as the Shogun Method in reverse. Every Shogun technique that pulls her in, you now use to push her away. It makes complete sense if you think about it. All you need to do is to do the opposite of Shogun Method and the attraction will die off or even turn into disgust. So, let's dive into this Reverse Shogun Method, the ultimate anti-attractor. Imagine you're flipping the script. Every move you learn to build attraction, you now do in reverse to dismantle it. There are 6 tactics in this anti-attractor playbook that will systematically erode her attraction for you. These aren't just random acts of sabotage. They're calculated moves designed to undo all the groundwork you laid with Shogun Method. Each tactic is like pulling a different thread that unravels the fabric of her obsession with you, one strand at a time. Let's go through each of these anti-attractor tactics one by one. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 1. Neutralize the mystery. In Shogun Method, you're taught to be unpredictable, to keep her guessing. But when it's time to hit the anti-attractor switch, you do the opposite. Become an open book. Share and overshare every mundane detail of your life. Leave no room for intrigue or mystery. Fuck the intrigue stage. If you're predictable as hell, she'll lose interest faster than you can say relationship drama. You're now as fresh and exciting as the 100th rerun of Friends. Congratulations. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 2. Get her on the emotional flatline. As a Shogun, you're a master at manipulating her emotions, keeping her on an emotional high. But when you want out, flatten that emotional roller coaster. Be as exciting as a tax return. Keep your interactions flat and dull. No highs, no lows. Just a straight, boring line. Kill the fucking thrill. Shogun Method taught you to keep her on an emotional high. Now it's time to bore her to tears with dull, emotionless interactions. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 3. Crank up the neediness. You've probably learned that being aloof and slightly unavailable drives women wild. So, what's the opposite of that? Neediness. Turn up the cleanliness dial. Text her constantly. Ask her for reassurance. And start acting like you can't function without her. The very thing that you once knew what not to do as a Shogun becomes your weapon now. Be fucking needy. Bombard her with attention and reassurance that she's your one and only for a lifetime. Crank up the clinginess until even her cat hisses at you. Text her nonstop. Ask if she still loves you every 4 minutes. You'll be single by sundown. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 4. Kill the sexual tension. Shogun Method thrives on creating and sustaining sexual tension, but the Reverse Shogun Method, It's all about killing that tension dead. Start treating her like a buddy, or, even better, a sister. Avoid any physical contact that could be remotely interpreted as sexual. Start talking about your girl problems or how you're now getting in touch with your emotions for the first time in your male life. Strip away the sexual chemistry and replace it with the friend zone vibe. Telling her beta male shit like you'll always be there for her and her shoulder to cry on. I'm cringing as I say this, but you get the idea. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 5. Overload her with compliments. Here's the thing. Women love compliments, but only when they feel genuine and are spaced out. So, what happens if you compliment her on every single thing, to the point where it feels forced and insincere? Exactly. It becomes annoying, and, eventually, she'll start seeing right through the flattery. Turn it into a syrupy, over-the-top mess that she'll want to escape from. Shower her with so many insincere compliments that they lose all meaning, turning what was once charming into something irritating and shallow. Reverse Shogun Method tactic number 6. Act like a pushover. Remember how, as a shogun, we taught you to be the strong, decisive leader? Time to let that go. Start deferring to her on every little decision. Become indecisive, and let her take control. Nothing screams turn-off like a man who can't stand his ground. Throw out the Shogun Alpha attitude and embrace the role of a doormat. Let her take the lead on everything, showing her that you're no longer the strong, decisive paragon of shogun masculinity that she was drawn to. When you master the Reverse Shogun Method, you've essentially mastered the art of pushing her away without being the bad guy. You're not ghosting her. You're not being an outright jerk. You're just subtly making yourself less and less appealing until she decides it's time to move the fuck away from you. The best part? She walks away thinking it's her idea, sparing you from any drama or guilt. And, in the end, that's the beauty of the Reverse Shogun Method, letting her do the work of ending things while you quietly exit stage left. By the time you're done, she'll be the one walking away, just like you planned. Fucking beautiful. Of course, you can be a downright asshole and simply ghost her, but you'll probably fuck her up for good. But come on, don't be a dick. As Derek Rake would say, only use Shogun Method on a worthy woman you want to keep for the long term. Because once she hits the emotional enslavement stage in the IRA model, there's no turning back. And remember, just because you have the power to screw with anyone's life doesn't mean you should. I implore you, always, always, always do the right thing, my brother Shogun. And if you haven't joined the Shogun Method Brotherhood yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Head over to fractionation.org, sign up for the free masterclass, and get started immediately. Imagine having the superpower to bend any woman's emotions to your will in 4 straight steps. The real question is, once you have that power, what will you do with it? Go on and join us now at fractionation.org. Click the link in the video description below or go directly to fractionation.org.